Ooh boy, do I have a good episode for you guys today. Welcome back to Let's Build the Ultimate Theme Park, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to be giving an overhaul, or a makeover, refurbishment, whatever you want to call it, to the entrance of the park. Because this entrance that we built, it was good, but I built this back when I was still pretty new to the game. Over creating this whole entire park, I have gained a lot of skills that I did not have when I started building this park. And so I wanted to redo the entrance and make it a bit more extravagant to really match the rest of our park, because right now it's kind of lackluster. Now, we're not going to destroy the original entrance to the park, because even though those buildings aren't amazing, I still like them, and they have history to them. I mean, they've been there for almost 2 years now. I can't just destroy the first buildings of the park. That would be an atrocious act against humankind. So what I'm going to do instead is we're just going to extend it and add on to it, because this entrance is kind of small. I've gone to quite a few theme parks over the past year, and most of the entrances are really large. There's lots of buildings, there's restaurants, gift shops, different things. And so I really wanted to encapsulate what I've seen from visiting other theme parks. And then we'll have the old entrance be sort of the main street for our park, where there's going to be, it just extends and keeps on having some more businesses and gift shops, information, bathrooms, stuff like that. So I started off by building the path so people have somewhere to walk, and I used paths to outline the whole entire parking lot. And in a future episode, I'm going to go through and I'm going to add cars and lines to the parking lot so it looks kind of realistic. And I'm also going to build a train exit to make it seem like the peeps are coming off of a train or something into the park. But that's for another video. Today we gotta focus on this entrance, which I am really excited. This new opening plaza is going to be so much better, especially because the buildings I built were kind of small, honestly. I wanted to build a few larger buildings as well to really kind of add a grandiose entrance. And one thing I've noticed at Universal Studios that they have in the entrance of their parks is they have IMAX theaters. And I know a lot of theme parks don't have IMAX theaters, but I was like, you know what? Since I have all of the pieces necessary to build an IMAX theater, let's freaking do it. So that's something else we're going to build, is I'm going to build a fully functional IMAX theater in this park. And since they have the billboards where you can import your own videos, I'm going to import some videos into the IMAX theater as well, so the peeps can go in and watch some sort of videos. It's not going to be movies because of copyright, but I'll put something in there. If you guys have any ideas of some like good videos I could put in the IMAX theater, let me know. Maybe I'll just put like movie trailers, because, I mean, let's be honest, movie trailers are one of the best things about going to movie theaters. Especially when you go to see scary movies. I love watching trailers for scary movies. So the way I'm constructing these buildings for the opening plaza is going to be in 3 steps. So the first step is I'm placing the outlines just so I can see the location and how they're all going to fit together before I build them up too high. And then I'm going to build the basic structure, the shape, that way we can just like kind of have a 3D representation of what this area will look like. And then we'll go back through and we'll add all the finishing details to really make this the ultimate theme park, because we got to make sure that all of these buildings are top notch. So the buildings I'm constructing is those very first 2 that are on either side of the path are going to be gift shops of sorts, maybe some information buildings, things along those lines. We'll have some ATMs inside. The big white outline that I built is going to be the IMAX. The building I just constructed out of the stone is going to be the entrance to the water park. So yes, I do plan on building a water park in this game. I'm still holding out because I think eventually we will get water park DLC of some kind. And if we don't, then I will just construct a water park out of scenery. So the guests won't be able to ride the water slides, but there will still be a water park because I can make a wave pool and some water slides out of the existing pieces and shapes and stuff. But I'm just going to keep on holding off on the water park until they hopefully release the DLC, because I have faith that they will, because that would just make them so much money. So fingers crossed. Those little buildings that I just constructed are going to be the entrance of the park. So I'm going to put some arches that go over the path, and that will be the entrance way. The one I'm building right now is going to be a diner. It's kind of like an old retro diner. One of the reasons I'm happy I kind of held off on building this plaza is the new World Fair expansion that they just added so many new types of architecture that I think are much better for an opening area to a park. And so I kind of waited till the perfect timing, honestly. The DLC has worked in my favor. But yeah, that's going to be a diner. And then the next large building is going to be a hotel. I'm going to have a hotel at the entrance of the park. for people to stay at and then be able to leave quickly if they want to. It's going to be a pretty large hotel too, much larger than the other one. And then that is it. But on this very last building, I'm going to have a path go through it, and it's going to take guests to the jungle theme of the park. This area to the left-hand side, I'm going to make it a couple different themes that are going to combine together. So it'll be sort of a jungle theme, but also since they added a lot of Asian architecture, I'm going to add some kind of Asian themed areas. I also want to have a volcano. I want to have like a mine cart roller coaster that goes through a volcano. I just think that would be super duper cool. But yeah, we'll have a path from the opening plaza that goes over to that section, and then we'll have a path that goes over to the water park section that will eventually link up to the city themed area, like the NYC area that I'm going to build later. So now instead of just having all the guests go through the main entrance that we built at the very, very beginning of the series, they have 3 different routes to take, so it'll easily kind of disperse them a bit more instead of them all going into the same entrance, and I think that'll work out in our favor. Something else I'm really excited to talk about today is Planet Coaster just updated the game to version, I believe 9.0, which introduces the Theme Maker's Toolkit, which gives users the ability to import custom-made 3D models into Planet Coaster to use inside their theme parks. Now, there isn't very many pieces of scenery quite yet. As far as I'm concerned, the only pieces I know of are a new cube, because somebody was just testing out the functions of importing items. So there's like this new cube shape, which I don't think will even remain. Who knows? I hope it remains because it holds culture. It's a piece of Planet Coaster history, being the first imported 3D model. So hopefully it stays. And the other is the Nimbus 3000, which I think is the broom from Harry Potter. So it's cool to already see something from a IP in the game, although I don't think it has the name Nimbus 3000. Anything that's like from another video game or movie or something, I think if it's trademarked, it has to be named something else. But the fact that people are able to import 3D models is going to change everything, guys. I actually know how to 3D model since I took some 3D modeling classes in high school. So I think I might actually do a small side series where I make a few pieces of custom scenery in a 3D modeling program and then show you my process of uploading it and everything once I figure that out. I think that'd be kind of interesting. What do you guys think? Interesting? Not interesting? Would you guys want to see how I do that, or would you rather me just have the item in the game? But already I can think of some major items I hope get imported to improve theme parks. One major thing I think would really help is like shop shelves and clothing racks. Things that you would find inside a gift shop so you can detail out gift shops. Because right now you can't really make functional gift shops, and that's such a big part of theme parks, honestly. It's just tons of stuff like that. So it'd be cool to see more pieces introduced into the game for you to be able to customize your own gift shops. I would personally like that. And then since I'm building an IMAX right now, I would like to see some pieces imported to make my IMAX a bit more realistic, like some movie theater chairs or a popcorn machine. Actually, the game might already have a popcorn machine, I'm unsure. I would also like to see a lot of scenery that pertains to currently existing themes in the game that I think should be fleshed out a little bit more. For example, I think some mushrooms would be great scenery pieces. Large, life-size mushrooms, and then fantasy-size mushrooms. I think that would be a really cool way to decorate fantasy areas and stuff. Also, I was watching the Planet Coaster live stream, and they imported their own custom mermaid model to show off the features of custom-made scenery. And I'm definitely going to use the mermaid model and any other mermaid models for the pirate log flume. I'll have them like sitting on some of the rocks outside of the lake. I think that would be a really nice way to decorate that lake even more than we made last episode. I would like to see some carnival games. They don't have to be functional, but I think it'd be cool to put some carnival games or vending machines and stuff on the path. Not vending machines like the ones that already exist, but like the ones that sell hot dogs, like street vendor type vending machines. I don't want to talk too much about this episode because I'm sure they're going to add a lot of new things that I can talk about next episode. But what are some custom-made scenery items that you guys would like to see imported into this game? I'm sure you guys could think of some really cool stuff that I can't. So the building I'm creating right here, we're going to end up turning it into some sort of gift shop. So I want to put some clothing racks up. I think I'm going to put some lockers in this building, along with some other buildings. That's another thing I just downloaded from the Toolmaker's Toolkit. It's one of the first things that was added. But something that's very common in theme parks is lockers, things for you to lock up your stuff while you ride roller coasters. and that is something we need to put in this park. And now that it's an official item, like I didn't want to make it piece by piece because that's like a lot of polygons for a small detail, but now that there's like a singular piece for it, I'm definitely okay with it. And like I said, the details I'm putting on these buildings right now are pretty basic starting off. I'm just trying to get like a general idea of what this whole entire area is going to look like, and then we're going to go back and add even more details to the buildings. So we're still just on round 2 right now of detailing. Random side note, this little shape I made with the paths, with the fountain in the middle, the shape that the paths makes reminds me of the head of a Chow. Those like cute things from Sonic that you would like watch over. I did a series of Chow Garden a long time ago on my channel. Some of my old content. I can't even stand to watch my old videos just because my inflection is too over the top. I just have too much energy in them, and it kind of pisses me off how much energy I have. Like I'm too excited about everything, and while that's cool and all, I don't know, I just find it to be a little bit overbearing, especially since I'm a lot more chilled out now in comparison to what I was a few years ago. I get so many requests from people asking me to bring that series back, but I just like can't because of how the first videos are. If I ever do Chow Garden again, it'll probably be coupled up with a full Let's Play of Sonic Adventure 2, because that's one of my favorite games ever, and I've always wanted to like fully represent that game on my channel, and I would probably tie that in with like a rehash of the Chow Garden series. So this building right here, it is going to be the entrance to the water park. So inside I'll probably put I want to put like some racks that sell swimming trunks and towels and stuff. Like I said, I think some of the pieces that are going to come out are going to be a lot of pieces for theme parks just to help flesh them out and to make them more realistic, because there's a lot of people who take this game very seriously and are going to want pieces like that. So I think just tons of different clothing racks and stuff would be really cool. Have like bottles of sunscreen, sunglasses and stuff. As far as the water park goes, as I said, I really hope they release a water park expansion, but if they don't, it is possible because there is this series named, I think it was Kawali Beach. It was made by Silverette, Delated Designer, and I believe the third guy was Rudy. It's one of the other best theme parks I've ever seen in this game. Very realistic, detailed park. They also made a series over it, somewhat similar to this series. But in that park, they also built a water park that's not functional, like the guests can't go and do things, but it looks super nice. Like he used a lot of the shape pieces to make pretty realistic looking slides and stuff. I also love this roof piece I'm using. It's a new piece of part of the World Fair pack. It's actually from like more Asian themed buildings, but I think it really works for more of these like adventure themed sections as well, just because of like the stucco tile. I think it looks really nice. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to alter the beginning entrance a little bit. So we're going to retire this one building. This is the only building that's not going to remain as part of the entrance, but I didn't want to throw it away because it holds history. So I decided to just like put it over by the Aliens vs. Human roller coaster. It can be just like some sort of base. Kind of reminds me of Halo in a way, just like the little bases they have. And we'll just keep it over there. We don't need 2 entrances. We're just gonna keep the new entrance that's gonna look much better and is much larger. It's weird how like small I made some of the entrance buildings when I first started this park. I don't know why I made the first entrance so tiny. I think it's because my park boundaries were originally a little bit small, and so I was trying to keep everything as compact as possible. But since I was able to expand the park boundaries and we had a lot more room to work with, I was like, okay, now we can do the type of entrance this park deserves. Also, I'm still so thankful for the World Fair pack. Like, all the new building pieces are so nice, and I can't wait for the Theme Maker's Toolkit to like finish fleshing out all of the content packs, because there's lots of like missing pieces that, like roof pieces and stuff, like flat roofs. I don't know, there's a lot of like missing things, and I can't wait for them to be like fully fleshed out. I'm also hoping that for all the scenery packs, they add diagonal walls and different wall shapes and stuff as well. But yo, I'm loving this entrance so much better now that we have like a larger plaza, and then the old entrance that we built, it kind of just seems more like an extension now. It feels like it feels more appropriate. It kind of just feels more like a main street, sort of like Disneyland, and I'm loving it. Even Universal Studios has like a main street that has restaurants and stuff. So this feels like a lot more true to what most theme parks actually look like. And I was scrolling through the Planet Coaster forums and just reading different stuff from the developers and whatever, and I was curious, now that the Theme Maker's Toolkit's coming out, are they going to continue making content packs for Planet Coaster? And the developer said they have no intentions of stopping creation for Planet Coaster. They're still going to continue adding on to it. And I'm sort of excited because now that we have the Theme Maker's Toolkit, I don't think they're going to be spending their energy developing new scenery pieces. They probably still will create scenery pieces and stuff, but now seems like the perfect time for them to focus more like full force on creating like water park DLC and some like larger products, because now they have the community making scenery pieces for their game for free. Like, they don't even have to do that on their own anymore now that they have this like new support system. So that means they can focus their efforts on more difficult tasks. So that includes creating rides and models for like larger packs instead of just creating like small scenery pieces, because it takes time to make animated scenery pieces. I really want to do some more research on Frontier, because I know they made the Jurassic World Evolution game. I wonder what else they make. Like, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Frontier as like time goes on, and I'm really excited. They're a game studio that gets it. They're really with the community. They really listen to feedback. They're really like receptive to everything. And it's great. Like, they need to make more games. Like, I hope their studio continues to grow and flourish. So we're approaching the end of the episode. Something very unfortunate that happened was, as I was building, I actually built even more. This episode was going to be longer, but as I was building, my computer crashed and I lost some progress. I don't have the video for it. I haven't checked the park. I'm not sure like how most recent my autosave was. So next episode, there will be like a few things built that weren't here beforehand. I'm not sure exactly what, but the other two buildings will hopefully kind of, the base structure will be a little bit fleshed out. I try to save and like restart my recording as periodically as I can so I don't lose progress, but sometimes my computer is just like, nope. But yeah, when we hop back on next episode, the hotel, I'm really hoping the shell of the hotel and the other building are still there, because I don't really want to rebuild them. But we've made some pretty good progress on this plaza. It'll probably take us about another episode and a half to finish it up, I would say. And I'm not even sure if that includes detailing the insides of the buildings. There's so much to do. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I am really happy with the progress we made. Can't wait for us to finish this plaza in the parking lot. I think it's going to make this park look a lot more sleek. Unfortunately, I didn't get an outro shot because my game crashed and it takes way too long to pull up the game just to record an outro shot. So it's going to end abruptly, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.